I always hear about this story about on the boat, on Doggy Style CD release party. Something happened on this boat, a fight or something big happened, and that caused Death Row to get more security and everything. Do you know what happened on that boat?
Well, they had the Nation of Islam security at that time. The Muslims was mainly the security there. But the Dog Pound, the Long Beach guys, and the Bloods, they were new into that getting relationships. This was like 94. And they got on a boat in the Marina del Rey. They were all drinking and got into a fight where the sheriff's department came and had to clear them off the boat. So that was it.
That was
Pretty
it,
much
nothing big?
They got it worked out eventually.
Oh, okay. Sometime after Snoop leaves, you hear about this conversation about Master P and Suge, and I guess Suge called Master P and tells him, you know, LA's not big enough for the both of us, and Master P supposedly responds with, well, so when you leaving? Have you heard anything about that?
Not while I was around. Definitely didn't happen up until 2002. So if that happened, it would happen after 2002. But I can't confirm or deny that after 2002. Prior to 2002, hell no.
Okay. Did Snoop ever diss Biggie?
There's rumors that that type of music is in the vault somewhere. I would have heard it. I would have put it out. I wouldn't have had Top Dog do that Going Back to Cali song that diss pretty much Biggie and them. And so if it was there, it would have came out definitely on the album that I put together called Dead Man Walking with Snoop. That was just a bunch of studio garbage that I put out and did what he wanted. And that definitely would have been on there if that was true. So I don't believe it.
Oh, okay. So you never heard it. You never heard nothing.
And it would have been out. Most of our stuff got leaked. Somebody was leaking our stuff from the archives. And that definitely would have made it to the swap meets.
Here's something that you might know a little bit about. I'm not sure though, but the night that Tupac was killed, when Kefee D tells his story, he talks about Big Meech being in the car, but not in the car when they actually did the shooting, but right before that. Do you know anything about that?
No. Only thing I disagree with is they try to make it seem like they were sitting in the parking lot of Club 662. If you know anything about Club 662 and that, they would have been stuck in that parking lot for 2 or 3 hours to get in or to get out because it was that small and that packed of a club. Whether they were in the area or not, I can't say or deny. I can't see Kefee D lying on Big Meech if he wasn't with them in the van or in the entourage. So if Kefee D says it, I believe that.
Okay.
Even though I don't believe a lot of stuff he says, but when it comes to little stuff like that, I believe. I believe he's trolling a lot now and trying to be a comedian. And so he says a lot of things now because he done learn how to work this YouTube and the internet stuff. But on stuff like that, I kind of take him at his word on it.
Corrupting Tupac had a situation in Belize. Do you know anything about that?
I thought it was Cabo.
Okay.
I don't think it was Belize. I don't remember. I know Snoop went to Belize. I don't remember Corrupt being in Belize. I think it was Cabo. But it was minor. It was a little word back and forth. But I wasn't present to it. But I heard about it. But as I remember, it was Cabo, not Belize.
Okay. Were you guys ever talking about Snoop Dogg coming back to Death Row?
We did, actually. He didn't have good album sales the first album or two. I always say Exhibit saved Snoop Dogg's career with that Bitch Please. Oh. When that song came out, that took Snoop to another level. That, and then when Trey D and them did the East Siders. And so during that period, or between that time, C-Style was coming up there, Big C-Style and Das were doing work back with us. And that's when Sugar gave me word to tell Snoop that if he wanted to come back home, to send him $1 million, he'll give him $1 million to come back. and he'd get the deal worked out. I think that was before he went to TNT or signed the deal with TNT. I honestly don't think Big C Style ever passed that message to Snoop. But right after that is when I think Lay Low came out or something, when he said, the only reason you ain't got because I ain't sending a word or something like that. And then that's when we knew Snoop wasn't, he was still on that tripping shit.
Right, because right after that he released, what was it, Bitch Slap? I believe it was a diss song at Suge, mainly at Suge.
He did a lot of those, and those were done before that made it on the internet. That was just on the internet.
Yeah.
We had heard those before. That's why he got slapped at the Universal Amp, was because he was still doing those little underground stuff. But we're talking about the stuff that came out on actual CDs.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But he had all type of little. Snoop's a comedian. He's a funny guy. Matter of fact, happy birthday to the nigga. His birthday is the day that we're doing this filming, this tape.
Snoop's?
Snoop, October the 19th.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Him and my girl, Kim Kardashian.
Got the same birthday?
Yeah, October the 19th.
Do you know what happened with Juvenile and Young Buck? When Juvenile was supposed to sign with Death Row?
So what happened on that situation is just what we all know and saw at the award show, where one of the Suge guys rushed him, and then Young Buck got a lucky stab in, or got a knife and stabbed one of the guys that was assaulting them at the award show when they were honoring Dre at the Vibe award show.
Well, Juvenile, he did an interview with Vlad, and he was talking about how, or no, it was Young Buck was talking about that they were all going to sign with Death Row, and Juvenile was like the main person, because they were kind of like.
We did a song on the Juvenile was hanging around Death Row. I wasn't at the time, but Juvenile was hanging around Death Row. He actually did a song on the soundtrack for Eddie. What's the little comedian name? Eddie Griffin.
Oh, Eddie Griffin.
On the Eddie Griffin soundtrack.
Okay.
But I wasn't with Suge at that time.